Remember the server I built out of 14-year-old discarded hard drives, an Optiplex pre-built transplanted into a free computer case with a sketchy power supply, improper hard drive mounting, and inadequate airflow? You never would have guessed. The drives are failing. Some credit to this server, it has not lost a single file that I've put onto it. My network share is still accessible with all of the folders I backed up to it. But it is complaining about this hard drive. It says it has an error, and on the other storage pool, this one is degraded and it says this drive is just gone. I guess that one's broken. The bigger problem right now though is that this is no longer big enough. The folder I'm trying to back up to it no longer fits, which means my data backup is like 2 months old and hasn't been updating because there's no room. Essentially, I need to rethink my entire backup and storage system, which is what I'm going to do today. This server, you might remember, somehow works perfectly. I don't know how. This server has had 0 issues. None of the hard drives complain. It just has been working the whole time. But it's also too small. So the plan is to combine these hard drives with the working ones of this server, and instead of having 3 separate storage pools that are too small, have one that should hopefully be big enough. Or combining all the drives. The goal is to completely dismantle this server. It will not be in service at the end of this. Just that one will. But hopefully it'll be a lot more useful. I forgot just how terrible this was. I don't know how this was the server that had no problems. This right here is the hard drive that completely disappeared from the TrueNAS web UI and just doesn't work anymore. It managed over 64,000 power on hours, or about 7.5 years. And this was the longest running drive I had. The next one before this has only been on for 5 years. And it's added a new sound. I don't think you'll be able to hear that, but a good drive is silent when I move it like this. This one makes a sound. I think we need to do an autopsy. Oh yeah, and the other 7 500 gig drives, these things are fine. They didn't have any problems, but the capacity is just too small to be useful anymore. These are not going back in the server. Let's find out just what happened to this thing. First issue here, look at how much dust is on the platter. None of that should be in there, and I don't know how it got in there. Second issue, the read head here should be parked up here, not in the middle of the platter. And that's what I was hearing when I was moving it. This is hitting the platter of the drive, which is really not good. Now I'm slightly confused. Usually these drives have somewhere to park the read head over here, but this area is just blank. I've never seen a drive constructed like this before. Is this normal? Moving on to this hard drive, I don't know why TrueNAS complained about it. This is one of the newest drives that was in that server. Manufactured in 2018, this only had 2 years of power on time. I'm thinking it must have not been getting enough power or something related to the server. I think the actual drive is probably just fine. If you plug it into a different computer, it works perfectly and reports good health. I don't know, I'm just gonna keep this as a spare for now, and if something goes wrong with another drive, maybe I'll just put this one back in and see what happens. Officially time to remove the dead drives from the web dashboard. 7 years of power on time, delete device. Everything else that's in this list is hard drives that I intend to continue using in this server. So what have I actually got in here now? This right here is pretty much how this storage setup used to work. 2 different servers, 3 different storage pools, each one losing 2 drives to redundancy, leaving me with 6 terabytes, 3 terabytes, and 4.2 terabytes of usable capacity. I set up the pools this way because when you mix drive capacities, it just takes the lower capacity, which means if I mixed 2 500 gig drives with 2 1 terabyte drives, I would only end up with 2 terabytes of storage because they would all be treated as if they were 500 gigabyte drives. The way this is going to work now is all 16 of these hard drives are going to be treated as if they were 700 gigabytes, 2 drives to redundancy, 1.4 terabytes gone, leaves us with 10 terabytes of usable capacity. This is what the server looks like post reconfiguration. The 7 1 terabyte drives that were still working properly now have 2 screws mounting each drive. Much more secure, much more proper, and there's space in between them for airflow this time. The 750 gig laptop drives are just kind of stuck in here. It's not an ideal solution. It's still better than how it was in the other server. Same Dell pre-built motherboard, same HBA card with the fan strapped to it, same kind of sketchy power supply. Oh, that's still got the peel on it. Wow, that's been on there a long time. Let's put the side panel on and configure the web UI. Leave your guesses in the comments now. How long is this one going to last? And when is the next episode of my server is failing? Time to press one button that deletes the entire contents of the entire server. And just like that, it is gone. That right there is all 16 hard drives configured in a single RAID Z2 pool. All of them say no errors, and if I switch over, there is my 9.7 terabytes of total capacity. This server is done, ready to go back into service. I keep saying this is the backup server. Where is this data coming from? Well, it's not coming from here, but it will be. I'm now at the proper server you never get to see because this is the not sketchy one that actually does important stuff. Also, other people use this one. Yeah, real, actual NAS hard drive. The problem with this server is simply just that it's not fast enough. It's a 4th gen i5 and only 8 gigs of RAM down there. It doesn't really keep up when multiple people are using it, which is why we're upgrading to this, a 7th generation i7 computer. This doesn't feel like something I should be doing. This server has 547 days of uptime. All of that is coming to an end right now. Proceed with system shutdown. Oh, it beeps. There's the power plug. There's the internet, UPS cable, and the operating system stored on this USB drive. The vision is that goes there, and this goes there. I had to go get right-angled SATA cables to plug the drives in, but now main server with proper hard drives is significantly faster, much more usable, and it can be backed up to secondary server, now with, well, still kind of sketchy hard drives, but higher capacity. And that's going to conclude the server update. I'm gonna keep this thing running, put it back to where it's supposed to be, and I'll update you again next time it shatters itself. Get subscribed for that. We'll see how long it takes.